Hi, it's Patsy from Food Allergy Wizards, and today I want to show you one of our most liked recipes, raspberries on skewers with chocolate drizzle. It is super easy to make, and just follow along with me. If you want the recipe, you just go to blog.foodallergywizards.com and all the recipe information is there. Now to start, I like to use these short bamboo skewers. Take your raspberries, I've rinsed them and I pat them dry. And I make sure that I'm gentle when I pat them because they can bruise easily. And I like to put about 4 raspberries per skewer. You can do 5 if you want. And you just line them up, and then when you're done, put them on your pan. On my pan, I put parchment paper because we will be using chocolate, so we want to make sure and protect the pan. And I'll do another skewer. And I find that you can use different fruits if you want to, as long as they're bite-sized pieces. And you also can use longer skewers, and these are called bamboo skewers. So now I've done 2, put the raspberries on. The next step is the chocolate. So I have chocolate chips in here. I like to microwave them because it's quick. I'm gonna be putting it in the microwave. Now everybody's microwave is different, so you wanna check your timing. I would suggest that you put your microwave on for 30 seconds. Make sure you have a spoon ready. At 30 seconds, check your chocolate, stir it around. If it's not fully melted, put it back in the microwave for 10-second intervals. That way your chocolate won't burn. And while you're waiting, you can do more skewers if you want. And I'm gonna now take it out at 30 seconds to show you what it looks like halfway through. My microwave, it's about a minute that it'll take. You'll see at the bottom that they're starting to melt, but they're not quite there. So then I'm going to continue cooking it for another 30 seconds. What's the important thing about chocolate is once it gets too hard or burnt, you can't bring it back. So it's always good to keep checking it and stirring it to make sure you'll have a smooth chocolate for the great drizzle for the raspberries. And another tip is, when you're using a spoon, use the small spoon, not a tablespoon, because we'll be using this spoon for the drizzle. So smaller spoons are better. And now microwave will go off. I'll take my chocolate out, and I'm just gonna place it down here and stir. Now you'll see that at first you'll think it's not melted, but because it's so warm, if you keep stirring, you'll notice the chocolate chips just continue to melt. And it smells delicious. As I say all the time, I am a chocoholic, so I love recipes with chocolate. So now remember, when I took it out, they were all still looked like chocolate chips, but just stirring and stirring allowed them to melt. So that way I can be sure that it hasn't burned. Now one tip that I like to do is when I first tried to do the drizzles, I was a little bit nervous about how I could do the drizzles. So you can take another piece of parchment paper, take a teaspoon of chocolate, and you want to wave it back and forth just quickly in little strips like this. And you can practice on parchment paper. And you can go back and forth and back and forth. And then you just put it to the side. If you want, you can even put that in the refrigerator and have decorations and peel them off when they're cold. They'll just peel right off the parchment paper. Now I'm just going to put a slight drizzle. And it's up to you how much chocolate you want on your raspberries. And I start waving it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And just keep going depending on how much chocolate you want. Now this is why the parchment paper is down below, so that you don't have to worry about the chocolate mess. And you can place these in the refrigerator for about 20 to 30 minutes, and they'll lift off easily. Now through the magic of Food Allergy Wizards, this is the finished product. These are the ones that I made previously the exact same way. And when you lift them off, you have your chocolate drizzled raspberries. Now again, to get this recipe, you just go to blog.foodallergywizards.com and you'll find all the instructions. And I hope you have fun making this. And as I said, you can use any fruit that you want. Have a magical day, and I will see you on our next little tutorial on food.